Welcome, my Leos, to your monthly zodiac sign reading for the month of March. I'm Christine. If this is your first time here, welcome. Introduce yourself down below. I love getting to know everyone that's new here. If you're returning or returnee, as I say, comment down below and let me know how you're doing, and welcome back. We are going to tap into some tarot today and oracle to see what messages and guidance the universe has for you. So let's jump in and get started. I hope you all have been doing well. What messages does the universe have for my Leos at this time? What do they need to know? I'm going to go one more time. We only got 2 cards. Any other messages my Leos need to know at this time? Whoa. I just felt like something crashed. Bottom of the deck. Sun card. Leo energy. And we have 7 of Swords. There's something that's going to be illuminated here that you may feel is off, deceptive perhaps, but I also feel like this could lead to massive healing for you as a result. Whenever we get into sibling signs, like we have Aries coming up, which is a sibling of yours, this is a fire sign, it helps rev up that energy for you. Okay, if you hear any noise, slurping, jingles, those are my wiener dogs. You see one in the back, so apologies in advance for their noise. We have 6 of Swords. This is air, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Gemini, I should say. I felt like I said Gemini. 6 of Coins, earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. We have 8 of Swords, more air energy. You're the second fire sign I've done. There's been a lot of air with you guys. Hermit, Mercury, again, Virgo energy. And we have Knight of Cups, water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. There is a rebalancing happening here. And again, at the bottom of the deck, where'd the card go? Oh, I shuffled it. You had the Sun card and the 7 of Swords. So you have 6 of Swords here, 6 of Coins. Some of you are moving, changing locations. You could be potentially considering a lateral move. I say this, you may stay in the same industry or field, but you're considering to move away from the job you're at, or I should say the organization you're at. That's the feeling I'm getting. For some of you, it could be a complete move, like geographic move, pick up, new start. There's a sense of stability here, especially some of you are seeing 6-6. There's like a sense of wanting to see new vistas, experience something new. Some of you are moving away. So there's a potential, what I'm getting here, because there may be some relationships you're experiencing, environments, people, where you guys don't bring out the best in each other. And it could be your overall sense of life satisfaction to how you connect with your sense of contentment, happiness, joy, and you're feeling, you know what, something's not right here. The bells aren't ringing. Something, it feels out of alignment. And because I wanted to say abuse, but not everyone is experiencing toxicity, abuse, negative type of relationships or environments. But there's a sense of wanting to leave anything that's rippling you, that's not on the same page as you. So there's a sense of reviewing, seeing where you're at, and then making decisions. For many of you, you're going to be changing something when it comes to I'm getting job for many of you. It could be the people you interact with at work as well, and also if you have a shared home space with others. Because we have 8 of Swords here, the Hermit, and Knight of Cups. So again, I feel like anything that is really not bringing fulfillment or joy to your life, you're moving away from that. Some of you are realizing the truth of this situation because you've got a lot of Sword, Mercury, a lot of mental activity happening. Some of you are are very much in your head at this time and really thinking. You've got quite a few topics on your mind that are on repeat. It's almost like those old CD player systems where they would play 3 to 6 CDs and they just kept going until you stopped. It's kind of like that. You could call it rumination too, where you're just constantly thinking about something and going back. Or you could be thinking on a more future forward projection where you're thinking ahead of, okay, this is what's happening and this is what I want to do. there's a sense here of wanting, again, I sense isolation. Some of you are going to be splitting from people, moving out. It doesn't have to be romantic. For many of you, I get this is more of a platonic type of environment. It could be, again, house of roommates if you live with people. It could be family. It could be work environment, as I picked that up with the Seven of Swords and the Sun card at the bottom of the deck, which apparently I shuffled because now I have the Fool card at the bottom of the deck, which is not a surprise. But look what we have, Nine of Coins and the Fool card. Aries energy. You guys are ready to start something new. So many of you are leaving behind people, situations like workplaces that involved some people may have been toxic for some of you, or you didn't align. You know, when the work culture is not there, they could be amazing people, but they just weren't your people. That for many of you, I'm getting this energy, but there's a sense of moving away from this. So there's an ending, I feel. Many of you may be going, actually realizing, especially with the Eight of Swords, you may be realizing, wow, a lot of this that I've been carrying, they feel heavy like burdens, but it's more within yourself. Like, okay, what is it do I need to get on the same page with, because something is feeling out of sorts. And it's about really asking yourself, what is really important to me right now? What do I desire and want to honor in this season of my life? And I say this a lot because when you get clear on your priorities, on your values, it's going to make everything else easier. If you value family, for example, and you are in a job where you are working evenings, weekends, and you're just not feeling that fulfillment that you thought you would, there's a big flag there. Like, hey, something's got to change. Maybe you want more flexible hours, or you want a job that has greater fulfillment, even if it has lower pay, something like that. So I feel like many of you are really asking yourself and getting in touch with, okay, what is going on here? Because you have a lot on your mind. Many of you are going, I feel, a retreat. So some of you may be opting to spend some time alone. It's interesting because I feel like this is more you wanting to do this to get your thoughts clear. Some of you have a moon in Taurus. I said Taurus, but I wanted to say earth signs, or Mercury, Gemini, Virgo, or heavy air sign. There's a lot of chatter coming up here. I'm getting. It's almost like there's airplanes flying. It's busy up here. Some of you may want to take rest, but I feel like it's more concerted. Whereas with Aries, I feel like someone has to tell them, okay, you got to rest. So for you, many of you may be going into a concerted hermit mode or spending some time alone to get clear on your thoughts. And many of you actually value this. Some of you prefer to spend some time resting on these. You know, when they say sleep on this, so you can mull it over and think about it, that's the energy I'm getting. Because once you do, that's going to allow you to connect to your emotions from a space of true authenticity and love. When you know that you made a decision, you feel a sense of peace. If you feel any doubt and fear, especially I would say a lot of fear, there's something to rethink. I'm not talking about when you're about to maybe do something, you know, risky, maybe like go bungee jumping and you're scared as hell. As long as you make your own decision to do it, right? You're doing something very different, right? But when you're determined and decisive, and you're like, you know what, I want a job that will allow me to have more family time, and you just feel good with that because you know that's in line with what you value and your priorities, there's a sense of peace. And so I feel like once you reach that, this is going to come after taking some time alone and really thinking through what it is you want, because you can't go for what you want until you know what it is that you want, right? You have to get very, very clear. Sometimes we think we know what we want, but we follow the shoulds in life. We follow what other people want for us. We follow what we think is going to make us happy, but not what we want. That's why we're seeing a lot of changes right now in people's foundations, especially with the nodal points in Taurus and Scorpio. It's really about getting clear on what you want, what makes you feel successful and productive, because that looks very different for everyone else. Okay, let's see what additional messages the universe has for you at this time. What else does the universe want my Leos to know? What else? Thank you. We got 2 cards. Oh no, we got 3. We got taking shelter. The answers are within. I kid you not. I love this when we get confirmation. You have it here with the 8 of Swords, which I feel is the precursor and the catalyst that's having you retreat especially with hermit mode. And then you have take shelter. Right now, you're also being guided like Aries was. Tap into your intuition. At the time of this filming, it's Pisces season. And so this energy is coming up about really feeling into your emotions and what you are sensing, what's coming up for you. Not being afraid to go into some of those watery aspects of your life. Because when we get in touch with that, there's such a strong, profound sense of connection to our heart, to what we want, to our intuition, through the creative process and the creativity that's coming through to us. So again, the answers are going to be within you, not outside of you. So if you're looking, asking people, surveying people, because I used to do this years ago, I'd be like, what do you think is the best decision to make? And I would ask everyone, and finally I'm like, wait a minute, the only person you need to ask and then feel into that decision is yourself. So take some time for yourself. We're still in the wintering period up here in the Northern Hemisphere, but this is irrespective of season. Wintering is all about rest, honoring the seasons and the cycles for what they are, but going within yourself during this period and also making time for that. So you're really being called to take some time aside. Take time to whatever that means to you. It could be journaling. It could be getting away from chaos or extraneous people, events, commitments that are going to drain you. You're seeking clarity right now. And so whenever we're seeking clarity, it's important to remember to cut out anything that doesn't contribute to that clarity, right? Because then we get overwhelmed and we don't feel as grounded or present. You also got wandering path. Enjoy the journey. See the fox here? And you got choosing your path. All is possible. So again, there's a sense, many of you are moving away from what you've known or what you've become accustomed to or used to. And it's okay. Sometimes what we've known, what we wanted, it changes. Our values change. There's a strong significance here that's coming up about values, your foundation, where you put your feet. In other words, what's really important to you. And that changes frequently, right? Who you were at 18 is not going to be who you are at 40. Maybe you are a new parent. So that's going to, include different sets of priorities, right? Because I know at 18, I prioritize different things than I do now at 40. So take that into account. I feel like for many of you, you're about to start something new. Again, I'm getting a lot up for you about career work. And for some, that could really be tied to how you make your money, but I'm sensing something long term, something that's tied to what you could call your mission, your purpose. You want that sense of fulfillment. Bottom of the deck again, after we had the Seven of Swords and Sun, I reshuffled, I don't know why, and I got this. So many of you are about to start something new in this aspect of your life when it comes to your foundation and your abundance, whatever makes you truly happy on the soul level. So some of you may be feeling confused, but all it means is to listen to your intuition. I know that seems very rote, perhaps redundant. People always say that. It's when we just listen and we ask ourselves, am I happy right now? No. Okay. What's the next thing that I can do to make me happy? Make myself happy, I should say. Okay, take a shower. Get into clean pajamas. Make myself my favorite food. Cool. What can I do? Okay, I've been feeling weird. Let me journal. That's it. Those are all when people say take the next step, this is what it means. Just take the next, don't plan 10 years in advance. Don't think what if or how will I do this? Just think, okay, now, present moment. That's going to allow you to start uncovering those puzzle pieces that are not being shown to you. You're going to start receiving that creative inspiration. You get a thought and all of a sudden you're like, I haven't been to the library, but I feel called to. Then you're just browsing, you see a book that you're like, oh my gosh, this looks really good. You read it, you get resources, ideas. Then you meet a person and you attend a workshop. This is how this shit goes. I kid you not. That's why whenever we get creative inspirations like that, we're like, I feel like I have to go to the market. And then you meet someone who's doing what you want to do. And this is how this stuff works. So this is why I'm saying, some of you are at the precipice at a point in your life where you're like, something new is about to start. I have no idea what, but I know what I'm in right now. It's not working. Many of you, it concerns your career, job, and for many that includes other people in your life. Work people, it could also be relationships. So you're about to start something new. Many of you have no idea what it is. You may have a small inkling. You may not know the whole path. So there's a lot of exciting energy here, and a lot of your answers, you're going to hate me, it's coming from within. So I would recommend getting an amazing journal that you love. It can be anything. Your favorite writing utensil, or not utensil, apparatus, your favorite writing thing, pen, and simply jotting down what ideas come to you, what you're feeling, what excites you, what you see. We receive this through movies, through people we interact with, through messages we hear, through music, through the sensations and feels. Maybe you try something new, or all of a sudden you're like, I really want to try this new restaurant or this new workshop. Write it down. You're going to start seeing patterns. This is exciting. You guys are about to birth something new. Again, new journey here. Many of you may be starting or wanting to venture out on your own, because this to me represents entrepreneurship as well. So some of you are starting or wanting to go out on your own, maybe create your own organization, join a new one, but there's a sense here of starting something from scratch. This is exciting energy. What other messages does the universe have for my Leos at this time, please? Gotta go with it. There's a sense of freshness. The Fool card too is someone that has a very young energy. It doesn't have to do with Earth years. It could just mean, okay, I'm starting over. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna go back to school to do this, or I'm gonna start my own business, or I'm going to just dive in and start this side hustle, and we're gonna see where it goes. Again, many of you, it's gonna be around career. It's related to your finances. Some of you may want to eventually make this something that's what is it? I wanted to say self-fulfilling, that's not the word. It makes you self-sufficient. So in other words, it pays you, right? So you can make a living. What other, oh, thank you. You got 3 more cards. Some of you are seeing 3 threes perhaps, because we got 3 sacred traveler cards, oracle cards, and we got 3 moonology manifestation cards as well. We got first quarter moon in Virgo. Assess the situation. Yep. You see how there's a lot of assessment inventory going on, especially with the Hermit card. The answers are within, taking shelter. Right now, it's not so much, ooh, sorry guys. That ring light is it's a powerful beast. The Piscean season is not about controlling anything. It's almost like when you're at a race, pretend you like to run if you're not a runner, and you're at the race getting ready to rev up, and you're on your mark, get set, go position. And you know, okay, I know exactly how I want to run this race. I have my music, I got my water, even though I think most runners don't carry all that shit with them. At least we'll just say short distance. And you're looking ahead and getting ready for that gun to go off so you can continue on your journey. But during that time, while you're waiting, that's the stage where you're just looking over things, making a plan, and that's what you're being called to do in March, particularly before we start the new astrological year with Aries season in about 10 days. And you'll feel that shift. So right now it's about taking a look, taking stock, assessing, inventorying, reviewing, getting very, very clear on where you want to go. That doesn't mean you have to know the steps. That simply means, okay, I am ready to maybe leave this job or leave this relationship because you've got people involved, or maybe leave this team and do something different. Your next card, last quarter moon in Leo. Lighten up. Look, you guys came out, your energy. Again, there's a sense of decluttering. Pisces season, a lot of folks are closing chapters, ending karmic cycles and chapters, wrapping things up. It's a season of endings, closures, right? Before we begin the new astrological new year. Or I should say, we begin the new year. And so some of you are really, again, getting rid of things that are no longer where you're at in this season of your life. That can mean jobs, projects, people. You're like, you know what? I've learned what I needed to. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to venture out and try something new. I'm feeling my heart is calling me in a new direction. Listen to your dreams. During Pisces season, listen to what your heart is truly calling for. It is almost like the cartoon. You guys, hold on. There's another card here that flipped. I was looking at the Moonology deck and you had another flipper that I didn't see. At the bottom, we have Leo energy. Go wild. So again, I feel like many of you are being your heart is calling to you. Listen to it. Oh my God, I'm getting that damn song. Is it Roxette? Listen to your heart when she or he is calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. You are getting repeated messages from your spiritual team. You may be getting repeated signs. You may be feeling themes coming up and you're like, I'm feeling pulled, like I really need to leave this job, or I really need to apply to this one. Or again, there's something here about your creativity, your professional life, your career, and your money, which many times are all part of the one, just say, bubble. So really listen to yourself. That's where it's coming from. That's why you got similar messages to Aries. So if you have very strong placements in Aries, I would suggest watching that, because you may need to, again, take concerted time out. We have first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. As a fellow fixed sign, Taurus, Scorpio, Aries, Aquarius and Leo, the four of you are fixed signs. So there's a little bit more rigidity there. And some of you may be trying to control how things go. It's almost like this card, the Wandering Path, where you're like, okay, I know I want to create my own business and I am going to delineate all the steps and this is how it's going to happen. And the universe is like, think again. Because sometimes in our head, we have this perfect vision and then in reality, something else happens. So really don't think about how it's going to happen. Just plan what it is that you want. And then take the steps. First steps, that's it. Don't think on step 100 or try to really be inflexible. Because again, tap into the season we're in, the energies with Pisces. It's about going with the flow, being open to new channels to swim to. Sometimes you think, okay, I need to do it a certain way, right? If you're starting your business, I don't know why I'm getting this. Some of you are going to be starting businesses. I'm getting a lot of entrepreneurship from this Leo energy. Some of you have strong Aries embodiment. Maybe your North Node is in Aries. Maybe you have your 7th house in Aries. It's about really striking out. You're meant to be leaders and to be seen. I keep getting the sense with the entrepreneurship and business. Sometimes we think, okay, I'm going to establish my business. I want to, let's say, be a YouTube content creator. That means I have to open up all social media channels, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. But what if it's going to look a different path? That's what you're being asked to be open to. Release control over how you think things have to be. Because that's where you're going to see a lot of the magic start to happen. You may not need any social media. So be open, and this is going to bring up limiting beliefs as well. So if you have limiting beliefs, which more than likely happen when we are controlling and when we feel a sense of insecurity or not feeling safe, we try to control how things come. So there is, again, a strong need to go within yourself. And finally, you have full moon in Taurus. Again, we got detoxify. You've got a lot about looking at the situation and releasing in general, releasing control, detoxing, lightening up. So there are some self-limiting beliefs, some frameworks that you may have carried over from childhood and simply just adulting and what you've learned that you're being asked to reframe and take a look at again. The same thing with anything that's holding you back. This is about your belief system. Taurus is ruled by Venus. 2nd house touches upon our income, how we earn our money, our self-esteem, our talents, our skills, our self-worth, right? Our value system. So drop anything that doesn't align to that. If it's people, okay, see ya, they're going. If it's current commitments, reassess those. You're being asked to, I heard, strip to the bone. I don't know why I'm getting steak, because I don't eat steak, but you're being asked to strip to the bone, get to the bare naked path and start first. It's going to help you when you get rid of everything you don't want, and then you just say, okay, this is what I want, what's important to me. It's going to make it easier for you. Some of you are overwhelming the process. There's too much clutter, too much noise. What other messages does the universe have, please, for my Leos at this time? Oh, crap. We got 3 here. So you got 4 of these cards and you got 3. Wow. 3 of these self-love oracle. First one, 26, which reduces to an 8. Listen to feedback. Nothing can make you feel small unless you allow it. What you take from feedback and how you respond is entirely within your control. Where's the control? So this may be a reminder to some of my Leos here watching. Focus on what you can control, which is really just you, your own thoughts, the way you respond, react to people, places, things, situations, the way you do things, how you process things, what you eat, etc. Basically, if it's within your own bubble, you can control that, but you can't control anyone else's response, reactions, what people say, none of that. And we got the peacock here, which is ironic because Leos are, to me, they're like peacocks, emblematic like with that, especially the male peacock. You're meant to be seen. Many Leos that I know are very ostentatious, love being the main point, center point of attraction. Some can be very flamboyant, dramatic, but this is speaking to just being open, right? When it says listen to feedback, just because someone is telling you something doesn't mean you have to accept it. That's why we have that saying, take things with a grain of salt. Sometimes people will tell you things and you're like, huh? It's simply just being open, and then you get to process that through your filter, right? Do I want to take this information, or do I want to say, you know what, thank you, but no thank you? Sometimes I feel like the energy that I'm tapping in here, some of you, especially with this Taurus energy, may be trying to see things from a certain way, and you're trying to do things and it has to go this way. That's why, again, people may offer you ideas. You may get in other sources of inspiration, information, knowledge that's very different than what you have imagined. That's key here. That's the release and control part too. We have 28, which reduces to a 10. Change your environment. Dun, dun, dun. This is 6 of Swords, 6 of Coins. Change your environment. Moving away again. Our environments support or undermine us. Give more attention to where you live, work, rest, and play. Create surroundings that support you. Damn it, if we got this in the beginning, we could have wrapped up this reading. Look at this. So again, some of you are, like I said earlier, changing your work environment because the people, it could be the work itself, the job doesn't resonate with you. Your soul is yearning and ready for growth. It's like, hey, yo, apply for something that's more calling to you, that's more aligned to your heart, that's more, you're feeling it in your soul essence. It doesn't have to mean that it's a higher level position. It doesn't have to mean that it has to be higher paying. It's what's going to satisfy your soul, something that's meaningful. People tend to think, oh, that means I have to apply for something more challenging, with more responsibility, with more pay. No, you don't. If it's sucking the life out of you and you're like, I don't want to do this shit, you're being guided not to. Look at this. Your environment has a lot of impact on you. Many of you are very sensitive creatures. Some of you, sensory input and output, it's very, it affects you. Some of you may identify as HSPs, highly sensitive people. You may be on the neurodivergent spectrum. And you may also be very sensitive to energy, so empath. Finally, we have 1. Remember your spark. You are here for a divine purpose. Remember it or redefine your purpose for yourself. Aries got something like this about remembering their purpose. They got 44. Look at this. Again, you guys are about to, I feel, connect to your own, what you may call purpose. When I say that, it's like something that's very soul aligned. And we can have, I feel, different purposes, right? Some of us wear many different hats, but underlying that could be, I'm here to help people learn to love themselves, or I'm here to help people be treated well, no discrimination, whatever it is, whatever you're doing. Look, many of you are coming back to that. And it could seem like you're on a train ride, like a puzzle, when people try to figure out, like, what's my purpose? Because we expect it to come out unveiled. Remember your spark, right? What sparks joy for you? You're going to know it. You're going to feel it. Because anything that doesn't, that's what you're being asked to clear away. You've got a lot of clearing away energy. Okay, let's take a look at the advice and guidance the universe. We'll start with the archangels. What advice, guidance do the archangels have for my Leos at this time? Thank you. Ooh, you got 3 cards. Ooh, they're all like flipping right now. What guidance, what advice does the universe have, please, for my Leos? I feel like some of you that I'm connecting with doubt yourself a lot. Really doubt yourself. You may ask people around you because you don't trust or believe in yourself. Some of you have to work on your solar plexus, the seat of your strength, your power. Courage too, but this is about your belief in self, self-confidence, your esteem. Sacral chakra too, about connecting to emotions. Be careful of asking too many people, because we can give our power away to other people who do not understand your circumstances, who do not understand your emotions, your life suitcase, right? We each come into this life with our own life suitcase. And we put into it a lot of shit, and some of us haven't unloaded that. So whenever you ask people, remember they are viewing it from their own life suitcase. So be very cautious of who you ask for advice, because sometimes you're not going to like what you get back. And that could also impact how it is that you proceed in your own journey. Have you ever noticed, like, when you have an amazing dream, say you're working at retail, and you're like, you know what? I want to start my own business, and this is what I want to do. Maybe you want to open up a nail shop. And you have this cool idea of designs and all of that beauty stuff, which I'm not familiar with, but I like nail stuff too. And you tell your friends, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, why aren't they supporting me? It's that type of response. People respond based on where they're at in their level of consciousness. It's not good or bad, it's simply where they're at, that's it. If you take it in a neutral viewpoint, you're more likely to understand it with empathy and compassion and realize, whoa, that reflects to their own limiting beliefs. So again, there's a sense that I have to tell you guys just to be careful who you share your dreams with. That's why, again, there's a strong notion here. Tap into your intuition. Write in your own special journal that you like, that really, there's something about joy. And I know with my Leos, many of you, Leos tend to also, they're very similar to Libras, and I'm a Libra sun rising. You like luxurious things, things that are beautiful, things that represent you. And that's relative, right? It's in the eye of the beholder. So get something that really resonates with you, whether it's a plain notebook or a gold encrusted notebook, whatever. Write down your dreams and goals and your messages that you're getting, your intuitive messages, because it's going to reveal a lot more than you anticipate. Okay, what messages do the animal spirits have for my Leos? Or the animal spirits, spirit animals. They know what I mean. What messages do the spirit animals have for my Leos at this time? You guys, your reading is one of the longest. Okay, one more time. What messages do the spirit animals have for my Leos at this time? Okay, we're gonna fan this out and I'm just going to select. Thank you. Okay. And let's get a couple tarot cards for your advice. What advice does the universe have, please, for my Leos? Thank you. We have King of Cups. This is Cancer. Could be Scorpio and Pisces as well. And we have the Magician, Virgo, Gemini energy. Your advice, your guidance from the universe, tap into your heart's desire, into your emotional space, and really connect to what is there in terms of love, in terms of joy, and how you feel. Many of you are in the process of manifesting, and you're being guided to think about your dreams, but only if you love them and if they really connect to you. If you get so excited dreaming about it, like, get on the couch, lay down and imagine your dream reality. That is precisely what you're being asked to bring into life and to take little steps towards every day. But it has to make you feel alive. If you don't resonate with it, it's not your dream. So really get clear. This is about, again, tapping, many of you, this is a whole month of psychic connection and intuitive connection. That's why you have a lot of preponderance of messages and confirmation here about tapping in. You've got the Hermit card, remember earlier. You got Virgo energy again with the Hermit and the Magician. I'll just say Mercury in general. Tap into your messages. You're getting a shitload of messages because Mercury rules communication, travel as well. So wherever you travel, that's going to also offer sources of inspiration for you. Whether you travel in your mind, right? through books, through learning, through people, through your everyday life, or physical geographic travel, trips, whatever it is. Don't be afraid to dream. This is asking your inner child to be released. Dream big. Okay. Your archangel guidance. We have Lady Gaia. Your challenges are lessons. You are loved and welcome on earth. You got green here, which to me speaks of nurturing mother energy, self-parenting, self-love, and also heart chakra healing. Many of you could be learning to reparent yourself. So there's a sense too of being gentle, being kind to yourself, treating yourself as a mother would. And if you don't know, ask yourself, how would I have oh my gosh, my verb tense is all off. How would I want to be treated? How would I have wanted to have been treated? Thank you. So ask yourself, if you could do your childhood again, what would that look like for you? And give that to yourself now. For some, that may mean talking to yourself nicely, learning to trust yourself. And that starts with when I was on that journey, I basically just stopped asking people. I started asking myself, what do I need right now? That's going to help you reaffirm that over and over. There's also too a sense of going with the flow here and being open to what comes up. Set your intention. When you do that, with the Magician and the King of Cups, you are going to start aligning to your truth. Many of you are here for reacquainting yourself and learning what love is with the self first, and then experiencing love through your relationships. Oh my God, did you see that? Is that dust? I thought that was an orb. I think it was a dust ball. Your second archangel card, Archangel Mary. Shit, you guys, they're strong maternal. Some of you have dealt with mother wounds. Open your heart with compassion and fold others in love. Look at this. Some of you are learning at this time what it means to be a mother, regardless of gender and sex. It's taking that feminine energy. And again, I'm saying that from a motherly way. Some of you may have grown up with mother figures, regardless of gender and sex too, that may not have been kind, may not have offered that type of container or support for your emotional sensitivity. The energies I'm tapping into, many of you are healers and very sensitive to your environment, very sensitive to energies. Maybe some of you identify as empaths or HSPs. But I get the strong sense here about mothering yourself. Some of you may want to start a self-parenting routine, look into your inner child, and also look into healing this aspect. So it could be therapy, journaling. There's a sense here of connecting to your emotions too. This goes on a deeper level. Again, with Archangel Mary, it's difficult to show others compassion and love if you haven't received it. There's a lot of truth here. You got blue and green, which to me, again, it's about honesty, truth, right? A lot of mental headspace, logical energy here. Some of you may benefit from taking a retreat or simply spending some time in nature, staycation, but going out in nature, maybe taking walks, more walks. There's a healing element happening here. Some of you are about to experience like a release, like a flood. You know, when a dam explodes and there's water everywhere? I feel like some of you are going to go through that. If you're dealing, there's something about the maternal line here. For these Leos that I'm tapping into, some of you are being called to connect to the mother within you. That's going to be key to your healing and to the manifestation of your dreams. Finally, we got cherubim. Look to the stars, accept keys and codes of stellar wisdom. You got yellow too. So for me, again, some of you are learning to trust yourself again. This is the seat of your solar plexus, your strength, your empowerment. Some of you are reclaiming your power back. Maybe it was from childhood, from not receiving the nurturance, the care, the love that you really wanted from your parents, maybe from your mother. Maybe your mother was absent emotionally, physically, both, for whatever reasons. This is a time right now to reclaim that, and you're going to start feeling it. You see all these motherly figures? This looks like obviously a grander archetype with all these little cherubs, these little angels here. So you're being asked to take on the role of mother figure because you've got Earth, Lady Gaia, it's Mother Earth. All of this, a shitload of, I'm getting water energy and simply intuitive. This is unusual. All three cards indicate this motherly energy. Crap, you guys have the longest reading now. You got 44 in terms of self-care, sex. So in terms of something you can do for those of you that are looking for ways to really connect with yourself. Again, I mentioned your sacral chakra earlier. Some of you may be exploring eighth house issues of sexuality, empowerment, also fifth house issues that Leos rule over, dating, love, romance, sex too. If you're in partnership, this could be a way to deepen that emotional connection, intimacy, right? I'm not talking about just straight on sex. There's an emotional connection. So there may be practices you want to incorporate, gazing, breath work, tantric sex, right? Even though that's a lifestyle too, but it's more about intentionality and consciousness in the moment, the presence, and not just going for the end result. And for solo, this can mean getting comfortable with your own sexual practices and self-pleasuring, because we can co-create too, since you do have this as a magician card for your advice from the universe. Some of you can use your sacral chakra energy, which comes from the result of self-pleasuring and intentionality there, right? Because when you manifest, it's all about feeling good. Some of you are simply being called, hey, you need more of this, more self-pleasure. And for any of you that maybe you're asexual and you're like, nope, see ya, out the door. Do something that helps you feel good. Maybe getting a new pair of pajamas or undergarments, whatever that looks like to you, or taking care of your body, rubbing lotion if you like that, or powders, whatever that means. So again, why do I say this? Because people focus on the outer parts, sex, the touch. This is all about connecting to your emotions. Ever notice when people touch you, or you like someone does this, you feel it right away? That's the main point here. You're connecting that interaction with emotions. Some of you are working on emotional vulnerability. Finally, we have your final animal spirit wisdom. Unicorn. There were butterflies here. Some of you are seeing butterflies. Infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign of the seen and the unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. I'm getting Celine Dion's song, The Power of Love. Google that in the lyrics. I am not singing her songs for you guys. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. I swear to God, this is written for a Leo. You've got butterflies here too, and with Archangel Mary, which is transformation. I feel like you all are going through a transformative process with your emotions. A lot of 8th house energy I'm feeling. I haven't checked out where some astrological transits are going through. Maybe they're transiting through your 8th house. Maybe Saturn, which just ingressed Pisces on the 7th of March. It could be going through your 8th house for any Leo risings. But regardless, I feel like there is something here about connecting to the deep emotional vault of yourself, emotional vulnerability, intimacy, not just sex is part of it on a physical plane, but the emotional aspect is what you're being called to connect to. Because once you connect to the truth of those deep, dark emotions that many of you have kept hidden, and I feel you're working through, because there's an element here of self-parenting, especially self-mothering, you're going to finally hit the key within yourself, and you're going to remember this. Think of this as the orgasm of your life. I think I may title this video like that. I just got them. This is the orgasm of your life. You're going to just feel that spark, and you're going to be like, yes, this is it. A lot going on for you, my Leos, this month. Holy smokes. Fire signs. You guys are like unveiling a lot. My Leos, I hope this reading resonated with someone out there and helped. If it did, comment down below. Let me know what resonated, what helped, what you got out of it. If it helped you in any way and you got anything out that could benefit you or that has, I would love it if you could support me and my channel. Hit the thumbs up button, like, share this video, subscribe, and join this amazing channel, excuse me, this amazing community. We also do live streams and so much more. Otherwise, I want to thank you for being here, and I'm wishing you a beautiful month ahead. Take care.